Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. In the xy plane above, lines L and M are perpendicular to each other at point P. If the graph of line M intersects the x-axis at point -4, 0, what is the area of triangle PQR? Okay, here we have to get the area of triangle PQR in the given figure over here. To get the area of triangle PQR, we can use a formula to get the area of a triangle, that is 1/2 times base times height. Okay, here to get the height of this triangle, what we have to do is we have to draw a perpendicular line from the vertex P of the triangle to the side QR over here. So this is a perpendicular line. So this line intersects the side QR at right angle. So this line segment over here represents the height of this triangle, and we can get the height of this triangle using the y-coordinate at the point P, that is 6. Since the y-coordinate over here is 6, the value we have on the y-axis corresponding to this point P is 6 over here. And we know that this is origin. So what is the length of this line segment? That is 6. So the same length we have for this perpendicular line. Therefore, the height of this triangle is 6. Okay, still we need the base of the triangle. Actually, the QR, the line segment QR over here represents the base of this triangle. How do you have to get the base of this triangle? To get the base QR of this triangle, what we need is we need the x-intercept of the line M, that is point Q, and the x-intercept of line L, that is R. Already we have the x-intercept of line M that is given in the question itself. So that is the graph of line M intersects the x-axis at point -4, 0. So here the x-intercept of line M is -4, 0. Now let's consider the x-coordinate over here, -4. So the value we have on the x-axis over here is -4. And here we have origin. So what is the length of this line segment? That is clearly 4, because here the x-coordinate is -4. When we consider the length, we have to take it as a positive value. Okay, here once I know the x-intercept of line L, that is point R, I can get this length or when I add the length of 4Q and the length of 4R, I'll be able to get the base of the triangle QR. Okay, so to get the x-intercept of line L, so what we have to do is we have to consider the information we have over here. That is lines L and M are perpendicular to each other at point P. So at the point of intersection P over here, the lines L and M are perpendicular. So here, let's mark right angle. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the slope of line M using the 2 points P and Q on the line M. Once I get the slope of line M, using that slope, I'll be able to get the slope of line L using the stuff that the two lines are perpendicular. So once I get the slope of line L, I can write the equation of line L in slope-intercept form. Okay, first let me get the slope of line M. So using the 2 points P and Q. Okay, let me write the points P and Q over here. That is P of 2, 6 and point Q is -4, 0. Okay, now let me consider point P as x1, y1 and Q as x2, y2. Okay, here let me write the formula for slope of line M when 2 points are given. That is y2 -y1 divided by x2 -x1. Okay, here the value of y2 is 0 and the value of y1 is 6 and the value of x2 is -4 and the value of x1 is 2. Okay, then we get -6 over -6 is negative will cancel out. 6 divided by 6 is 1. Okay, here I got a slope of line M. Now I can get the slope of line L. So it is given that the lines L and M are perpendicular. Okay, now let me write the stuff over here. Slope of line L equals to, since the two lines L and M are perpendicular, to get the slope of line L from the slope of line M, that is from this value 1, first I have to change the sign of this value. It's positive 1. So now I have to change the sign, then I'm getting negative. And also I have to get reciprocal for this one. So the reciprocal of 1 is the same 1. Okay, here I got the slope of line L. Okay, now let me write the equation of line L in slope-intercept form. Let me write over here. That is y equals to mx positive b. Okay, here this m represents the slope of the line L. So the slope of the line L, just now we got it, that is -1. We can plug in -1 for this m, then we get -1x or just -x, positive b. Still the equation of line L is not complete because there is an unknown constant b. So to get the value of this unknown constant b, we have to plug in one of the points on line L into this equation. So here P of 2, 6 is a point we have on the line L. Actually, this is the point of intersection and we have this point on both the lines. lines. So anyways, we have this point on the line L. So we can plug in this point 2, 6 into this equation. That is, we have to plug in this x coordinate 2 for x and the y coordinate 6 for y over here. Then I'm getting 6 equals to negative 2 positive b. Okay, now let me add 2 to both sides. When I add 2 to both sides, as negative 2 positive will cancel. I'm getting 8 equals to b. Okay, now we can plug in this 8 for b over here into this equation. Then I'm getting y equals to negative x or positive 8. Okay, here I got the equation of line L. Okay, our aim is to get the x-intercept of line L, that is point R. For that, what we have to do is we have to plug in y equals to 0 into this equation to get x-intercept. Okay, when I plug in y equals to 0, then I'm getting 0 equals to negative x or positive 8. Let me add x to both sides. When I add x to both sides, is negative x, positive x will cancel out. On the left side, 0 positive x is just x. On the right side, we get 8. So the x-intercept of line L is 8, 0. So here the point R is 8, 0. Since the exponent over here is 8, the value I have on the x-axis at point R is 8. Then what is the length of this line segment R? So that is 8, because here we have the value 8 on the x-axis. Okay, here it's 8. Okay, now we got the length of this line segment R. Already we have the length of the line segment OQ. To get the base of the triangle QR, we have to add these two lengths of 4 and 8. Then the base of the triangle QR is 12. This 4 positive 8 is 12. Okay, now let's get the area of the triangle PQR over here. Okay, let me write this up over here. Area of triangle PQR equals to 1/2 times base times height. Okay, here 1/2 times the base of the triangle is 12. Just now we got it. We can plug in 12 for base. The height already we got it. That is 6. We can plug in 6 for h over here. 2 goes into 2 1 times and 2 goes into 12 6 times. Okay, here 1 times 6 is 6, 6 times 6 is 36. Okay, here I got the area of the triangle PQR, that is 36 square units, and we find this 36 in answer choice D. The correct answer choice for this question is D.